Chisaki heaved a sigh, drumming his gloved fingertips across the smooth varnish. He was seated at the desk in his office, which was fairly commonplace, but it just seemed as though the amount of paperwork he had to attend to wasn't anywhere near completion. Sure, things had picked up as of late, what with the development of the anti-quirk drug being near fruition, but was it really normal to be this busy? He hastily shook his head, mentally berating himself for having such weak thoughts. If he wanted things to change, it went without saying that he needed to put the work in. But still, all things considered, he was tired, exhausted even. Maybe a well-deserved rest was in order. He made sure to pick up the cloth draped over his side, wiping down the pen he'd just used before neatly setting it down on the table. Chisaki stood up, adjusting the stack of papers a smidge, then turning on his heel and heading for the doorway. He'd long since decided on his destination, and he couldn't hold back the sense of relief he felt once he turned the knob to your room and raked his golden eyes down your frame. You blinked, surprised to see him. "Oh, Chisaki, are you all done with work for tonight?"
"I suppose so."
Chisaki nodded absent-mindedly, and he found that it was hard to keep his voice level. You were pretty much the only person he ever let his guard down around, but he hated for you to see him look so weary. Fatigue was for the weak, and quite frankly, it wasn't something he could afford to feel. "What's wrong?" You propped yourself up to your feet, smiling gently. "You look a bit strained." He sighed.
They're as quick on the uptake as always. I'm okay,"
he murmured, shifting his gaze down to the ground.
"But I guess you're right. I'm not exactly feeling my best right now."
"Are you sick?" you asked, brows furrowing with worry. He shook his head, although he appreciated your concern. His aversion to germs wasn't something that most people really understood.
"No, just a bit tired. Lately work has been much more demanding than usual."
His fingers moved to slip off his mask, and you didn't miss the way his amber eyes hardened.
"It's nothing I can't handle. I'm just feeling worn out, that's all."
You hummed in affirmation, lips never losing their smile. One stride and you'd made your way over to Chisaki's side, gently placing your hand across his wrist as you pulled him towards the bed. "Come on then," you encouraged. "There's no harm in lying down together and taking a quick break, right?" Chisaki couldn't find it in him to refuse. Truly, he felt more tired than he had in a long time. He could, of course, carry on, but the prospect of curling up next to your side was far more inviting. You patted down the edge of the bed, and Chisaki took it as his cue to sit down. The two of you backed up until your backs were resting comfortably against the wall. It wasn't long before his fingers met your own, and your cheeks flushed in spite of the innocent gesture. "Oh, my strong, hard-working man," you giggled, lightly nuzzling his cheek. "If anyone deserves a break, it's definitely you."
Go on."
Chisaki smirked.
"Praise me more."
"Nice try. I know to quit while I'm ahead." A faint, husky chuckle reverberated in his throat. You felt your chest fill with warmth, wanting to drink in every ounce of his calm, resting figure. He was usually so tightly wound and nose deep in work. It was honestly a treat to be able to see him with a smile on his face and those soft, relaxed features. You felt him lean into your frame, resting his head in the crook of your neck.
You smell nice,
he remarked, sighing contentedly.
Then again, you always do. I swear, of all the cesspools filled with writhing, incurable scum, you're the only person who...
Chisaki, you frowned. No thinking about work or other people now, okay? It's just the two of us, all alone. Just let me see you rest for just a little while longer.
All right.
Chisaki's lips kept a wry smile, and those striking golden orbs truly looked to be at peace. He squeezed down onto your fingers, soft raven locks brushing your neck as he leaned in further to trace a slow, lingering kiss down your nape. You sighed, already feeling an early flush settle, but you'd be damned if you didn't want more. He'd long slipped off the gloves he usually wore, taking the time to fully bask in the sensation of your skin. Warm fingers ghosted across the top of your collarbone, halting in place for scarce a moment. His lips kept adorning kisses to your neck all the while. You giggled when he playfully nipped at a bit of exposed skin, and he returned your little squeal with a chuckle of his own. Chisaki tugged you forward by your chin, smiling gently.
I wish words could express how thankful I am to have you by my side. They can't, but I wish they could.
You grinned. I'm pretty sure that there are 3 words that do just that, no?
True. You got me there.
His lips soon met your own in a gentle, arguably innocent kiss. With Chisaki, you very rarely had the time to savor the warmth of his breath and bask in his scent. He was usually too wrapped up into work. But now it was almost as though time itself had stopped, just for the two of you to relish in each other's company. It was the first time you'd ever thought of a kiss as sweet. And then the words.
I love you.
Chisaki breathed, trailing his finger along the edge of your jaw.
I'm sorry I don't say it enough. No matter how busy I am, I should always put aside the time for you.
I love you too, you smiled. But I'm perfectly content with the way things are. Just rely on me a bit more, okay? If you ever need to get away from it all, I'll be right here for you. Chisaki nodded slowly, unable to shake the smile that was seemingly plastered on his lips. He allowed himself to exhale from the relief of getting away from the job or just being in your presence. You didn't know which. You had a feeling it might have been more of the latter, though. He shifted just slightly on the bed, pulling away so that he could lean his head forward. You giggled in delight once you found his head falling into your lap, and at the soft yawn that he let out afterwards.
Just a bit longer,
Chisaki murmured, eyelids draping to a close.
I'll just lay here for a little longer, if that's okay with you, love.
You began to hum a response, but he'd already fallen asleep.